Hey, welcome to our Wednesday reflection with Past Cove Online. So glad that you joined us. Now, it's Sunday. Usually I record this on Monday or Tuesday, but we had just finished our annual meeting here at church. And I just wanted to say something to you. I'm really glad to be a part of this church. You know, just looking at all the faces that were on the screen, that were sharing different parts of our story. People that have been, that are outgoing trustees and ministry leaders, those that were coming back in. I'm having Doreen share about our health and safety task force, Dan sharing about the lobby, Mike still talking about our budget, people chiming in with their questions. There's this sense for me that we are still together, that we are invested in our world, invested in our city through this organism that we call the church, this movement that we call the church. And I just love the fact that we are able to get together like this in this COVID reality that we're all living in. I think about, and I've been musing a little bit about how Jesus decided to take very different people on this journey together, right? Can you just imagine the conversations that are going on between Simon the Zealot and Matthew the tax collector as they're heading to Samaria? I mean, it just seems like this crazy concoction that Jesus decided to do as this social experiment that actually, as a matter of fact, is not a social, it's not an experiment in any way, but the reality of the kingdom of God. And as I was watching everybody come up online and all the faces that were there and how we were chiming in, there was just a little moment for me where I thought, Jesus, was that what it was like with you? I mean, between, you know, the arguments and the fights of who was better and who was the greatest, and people trying to you know, take bids on sitting next to Jesus when the kingdom came, you know, besides them not getting what Jesus meant about the kingdom for many times, and even in the midst of his knowing that they were going to desert him, I wonder how many conversations Jesus had with his disciples, how many times he sat by the beach eating fish and just going, wow, marveling at what God had for this world through this ragtag bunch of followers. I love that we're so different. Different in the way that we look at things, different in our backgrounds. I love the fact that we desire to be more different and to bring a diversity of people within our church family so that we can continue to figure out what it means to sit at the table of fellowship and reconciliation together. I love that. And so I'm really looking forward to our live stream next week. I'm really looking forward to the opportunity that we can come together and practice worshiping together, at least in the same time, to have a shared experience together. This would be our little experiment that we get to jump into as we continue to practice listening and caring for one another and listening and caring for the world. So my encouragement for you this week, as you continue to have the stories of the annual meeting circulating within your mind, is what story do I bring to the table? How, as I've seen people become trustees and ministry leaders, take part in task force, what is God calling me to be a part of in Pasadena Covenant so that we can see and seek the peace of the city together? Sisters and brothers, my continual encouragement for you is to uncover your story and our stories together. And in the midst of doing it, discover the faithfulness of God. So, I'll see you. I can't wait to see all of you at our live stream service next week. Love you all. Have a great, great week.